guys, welcome back to Two Girls, One Bong.
The podcast that's better if you're stoned, and I will just train a group of hyenas to bark at your door loudly if you're not.
That's
My
the
name
worst
is
kind of arc.
Mdle.
Oh my god, that's the worst kind of arc too. I'm Joya.
They're just gonna be like outside of your house. No, it's gonna sound like this.
Literally terrifying, worst punishment ever. So hopefully everybody's getting stoned. You might recognize us from your favorite viral video, or you might have been watching our content for the last 8 years.
If you're new here, welcome. We are the original two girls, and like my lovely co-pilot just said, we've been making content together for almost a decade. We're so excited to have you here.
Yes, we are. Let's dive on in. You never cease to amaze me, ever. Hyenas barking outside the door, like, cannot think. Every time I'm like, I can't think of anything worse than that, and then you just do. And it's amazing.
You know what's funny? It's just like, I don't like that kind of stuff happens in my brain constantly. Like those weird little one-off little thoughts that I have to like cipher through the nonsense.
Yes.
To like have a regular conversation with people. Yes. Because at any moment I can just start making stuff up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I can't imagine all of the ideas and thoughts that come through your head, because just the things that you come up with on a regular basis, I'm just like, oh my God, it's incredible.
Yeah, I have to write things down or they're gone.
Yeah. Somebody told me, a wise soul once told me, that the brain is for thinking, not for storing. So,
although it doesn't do half bad with storing.
Well, it's doing pretty fucking half bad on my end, let me tell you.
Yeah, you though.
Yeah.
You. Let's talk about you.
Let's. My memory sucks. Really bad.
I don't think it's that bad though.
No.
Like I've never experienced this memory loss that you speak of.
You mean as with me?
Yeah, I feel like anything that we've done together and I like recall, you can recall that.
I think probably
like some of the details might be hazy because we were either drunk and high.
Yeah.
Or high.
Right.
But like we're like, yes, I was there.
Yeah, okay. And but I feel like, well, okay, so that makes sense, because when I think about college,
hazy.
No idea what happened there. No clue. That's not true. I remember some stuff, but I like tried.
Let's do this. Let's do an exercise right now, because
Okay.
I don't think you've given it that much thought.
Fair.
Let's think about freshman year.
Okay.
Let's think about your very first day of college. Can you recall that?
No. First day of school. Well, maybe.
Your very, very first day of college?
Maybe I can. I only remember because I remember being dressed cute and putting on makeup and doing my hair, which I never did in high school because I went to all-girls school. So I do remember that.
So,
okay.
Memory's not that terrible.
Okay.
All right.
Wait, let's do another one. Let's do another one.
Things like
let's do another one.
Okay, another one. Your very first finals week.
First time I took Adderall.
Great memory.
I was in the library, like, for, I was in the library until like it's open 24 hours during finals time. So I was in there until like fucking like 2 a.m. Fucking geeked out on Adderall.
Geeked out on the Addy.
Okay, fair enough. And it's like,
because like,
why do I need to?
Let's do another exercise.
Okay.
This is pretend like I'm a police officer and I have you in here for interrogation.
I do not speak to cops. I would like a lawyer, please.
Well, first of all,
and that's what you should say.
I seduced you, so it's different.
Okay.
It's different.
Okay, it's a sexy cop that for some reason now I've gotten rid of my morals and values.
By that? Like, are you not looking at the screen, or are you looking at yourself?
Okay, got it. It's a cop that looks like you and is you.
Obviously, it's me.
Okay,
just as a cop.
Got it.
Anyways, so I'm interrogating you. The lawyer is not there.
It's against my.
Where were you?
Rights. Okay, where was
December 16th. That was 4 days ago. What did you do December 16th? Where were you at 4 p.m. on December 16th? Can you tell me?
Which day was that? Sunday?
I don't know. Let's look at a calendar together.
Oh, fuck. Okay, Sunday.
So here's what I would do if I was in that interrogation office. I'd be like, can I look at my phone? I'd be like, okay, let me look at my stories. Let me look at my text messages, because I don't know if I just really had to sit here and recall. So let's not have anything with us, right? 4 days ago, I am looking at a screen and it says it's Wednesday in front of me. So 4 days ago was Sunday.
Yes. Okay,
So Sunday was the 16th, right?
Sunday. I saw the Beyonce movie in the morning. That's not at 4 p.m.
Okay.
though.
So were you at 4 p.m.? Because we have somebody who says they saw you at a crime scene at 4 p.m.
I went and saw Beyonce, and then I went to lunch after.
Who did you go to lunch with? Can anyone corroborate that story?
Yes, there's one person that can corroborate that story. But
who is it? Is it Adam?
No, it's my friend Rebecca. And then we went into the fucking Spencer's store afterwards, and I watched a kid get kicked out for shoplifting.
You have a good memory.
That was 4 days ago. That doesn't count. It's my long-term memory that
Okay. Wait. I'm gonna try something deeper.
Okay. Because I'm thinking, oh my god, at 4 p.m. I was probably like just arriving home-ish, and
Where were you when you first heard about coronavirus?
I don't know.
I was obviously at home.
Okay. I can remember when I very first heard about it. I don't know exactly. I feel like I was at home, but I can remember being in Amsterdam in February 2020 and watching the news and them saying that the coronavirus is absolutely wreaking havoc in China right now. That it is like spreading like wildfire, and that China is it's really bad in China. So I do remember the first time I felt, oh fuck, like, oh, this is like serious.
Shit's getting real.
Yeah. You said you were at home?
I don't know. I literally don't know. I have no fucking idea who, where, what, when, how I found it. My earliest memory of coronavirus feels like Cardi B in that song.
It's 100%. As soon as you sent that, my brain went, coronavirus. Shit is getting real. It's getting real. Yeah. But
I know I heard about it before then, and I had it. And I had the fucking disease. It did not take me out. Praise God. However, I had that shit. And I didn't know because it was in December. I had that shit in December. I can pull up a video of a mukbang that I did while I was sick. And I had NyQuil, DayQuil, all the quills.
All the quills.
A porcupine, because they have quills.
Oh, cute. Got it. There's that brain. There's that creative brain. I'm like, what?
Do you see the nonsense I have to decipher through just to fucking get to the end point?
Yes.
Anyways, yeah, there's a video where I can pull up stories from December 2020 where I'm like
sick as fuck,
like dying ill, and it was like 2 weeks that I was sick too. I remember being like, "What the fuck is this? This shit is built different." Because I don't usually take medicine when I get like
you just ride it out.
Stuff. Yeah, I just thug it out. And this one I was taking all the medicine and it wasn't helping. I was like still floored.
Fuck. Yeah, that shit was serious.
That OG strain hit different.
Yeah. Adam got it in like...
I got it twice.
He got it in like...
even 3 times.
That is pretty crazy. Especially right? COVID. Like, goddamn. Adam got it in like the spring of 2021 and he was like literally incapacitated for like a whole week. But you know how men are when they get sick too.
Yeah. You know what's crazy?
What?
Yes, men are fucking babies.
Yeah.
Raju? Either his immune system's better than mine or he's actually like tougher than me because he gets better quicker and like starts doing things quicker and like I'm like, oh,
he probably does have a better immune system than you. Because I have that. I mean, I guess also, yeah, if we're going back to like men, women trope thing and when they get sick, I've never been, I mean, I just don't get that sick. The only time that I can be completely out of commission is if it's like a stomach flu, which hasn't happened to me in like years.
Long time.
But that will make me
stomach flu in a long time.
I feel like I remember hearing that when you're a kid, the flu shows up more in the stomach, and that as you get older, it doesn't. But that could probably just be somebody talking out of their ass. Yeah, because obviously, if it's a certain strain of a virus, then it'll do different things. But anyway, I know I have a better immune system, and so I feel like probably Rajul does have a better immune system than you.
Do you remember going to school sick and like your parents would just like give you a bag of cough drops and just be like, "Go on"?
I do remember, I'm not going to lie, my mom did let me stay home a lot from school, but I do remember in the earlier years, like being like forced to go. Not like if I was super sick, but definitely if I just had like a little sniffles, then yeah.
No, like it wasn't even like me being like, I want to stay home. It was just like, oh, like I got to go to school today. I'm sick. I'm actively sick, but I'm going to go to school because I don't feel that bad.
Yeah.
You know?
Because I'm not like dying.
Yeah. Like maybe I'll stay home one day, but then the second day I'm there.
Yeah.
I'm there. Still
Yeah.
contagious, honey. Giving the cough drops out to my classmates because I don't like
it's like,
them.
yeah, it's like candy.
Y'all thought it was candy. I don't know what was mixed up about my taste buds. They did not taste like candy to me. And I
Well,
love
they don't.
candy.
I mean, they're you know they're not exactly candy, but I like there's only one flavor that I like.
The fruit breezers.
No, the lemon ones. Anything lemon is my fucking jam. I love.
There's not a single cough drop that I like. To this day, I won't eat them. I don't like them.
I mean, I only use them when I wouldn't just pop it just because. I only would use it when I have a cough, but I definitely don't mind putting one in.
Rajul is like cough drop king.
Does he? Oh my god! I meant to tell you the other day. So sometimes when Adam is still working, I will put my headphones on to watch TV, like just so I don't have the TV on loud while he's working. And he has a pair of Beats. I had his Beats on watching TV, and I was sitting. I mean, it was like 3 hours, probably between 2 and 3 hours, and my freaking it started to hurt. Not hurt, but irritate. And I thought about Rajul and you saying how he would like sleep with them on. And I was like, oh my God, he probably was like in pain eventually.
He doesn't use those anymore now. He uses the corded in your ear ones.
Oh, okay.
Like this, but they're like the iPhone ones.
Yeah.
They're not even like rubber buds. They're just like the plastic. Like it's insane.
I use the AirPods when I'm like working out and stuff. I like those better.
Do you sleep in them?
No, I do not. I do not. So he still sleeps with them in. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Does he sleep with them on full volume?
Like pretty loud. I've like if I turn off like because we listen to Rain.
Yes.
And I'll turn off my Rain in the morning, and sometimes I can hear it playing. Well, sometimes one of his earphones is like loose and not in his ear.
Okay.
It's just like around. So
you can hear it. You should just put that shit on like your fucking TV, dude. So you both can just.
Bro, I don't. He wants it in his ear.
That's crazy. Now he's gotten used to it.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's addicted to it. Now he needs it.
He's a fiend for the in the ear.
Oh my God, that's funny.
Oh my God, Joya, we haven't taken a hit.
Period. And I have mine packed and ready to go because you know why? God. Let me tell you why I'm ready to smoke weed right fucking now. Because I started my period this morning and I am not well. I mean, I'm not that unwell, but I'm not all the way well. And so I will definitely be
mentally?
No, mentally it's okay.
What do you mean
mentally?
Well? Or do we not?
I have very light cramps, and I think that if anybody that actually gets cramps could feel what my cramps feel like, they would slap me in the fucking face and call me a pussy because I know that I don't. I know that they're not as bad as some other people get them, but they hurt me. And they're there.
Who cares? Pain is relative.
You know what I mean? It is.
Like what hurts me might not hurt another person.
Yeah.
Like, I can probably endure some shit that other people can't, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Like I'm covered in tats. I can obviously endure. You know what's so funny?
What?
When there's people who are like, yeah, bro, that tattoo didn't even hurt. Like, you're a fucking liar. Anyone who says a tattoo doesn't hurt is like, I don't know why you lie like that. That's just a weird way to lie. It's a really bizarre thing to do because you're going to sit here and bold face look me in my eyes and say that I don't have pain receptors or nerves under my skin. And so therefore needles jabbing me repeatedly don't make me uncomfortable. Fucking liar.
Be serious. All right? Be serious.
Can you endure it and it doesn't bother you that much? Sure.
But does it? Yeah, but does it not hurt at all?
But does it fucking hurt? Shut the fuck up, all right? Getting pinched by my fingers hurts.
Right.
And you're going to tell me getting jabbed with a needle 100 times? Shut up. Shut up.
I can
Stop
definitely,
doing that.
like...
It's not macho.
Right. It doesn't give you any points to say it doesn't hurt because we all know you're lying. But I know, I will say... how, because I would never say a tattoo didn't hurt, but my forearm one was the breeziest one I've ever had.
There's definitely spots that like
hurt less.
If I had to like describe a tattoo that didn't hurt, it would be the one like right here on my neck.
Really?
Yeah, no, like I barely felt that shit. But if I went back into that moment, would I prefer to not have a needle stabbing me in the neck? Probably.
Right. That would make sense.
No.
Yeah.
Like when you remove yourself from the situation, it's like anyways, yeah. People are silly when they say tattoos didn't hurt. You're a liar. You're a liar. You're a liar.
Are you ready?
And it's called pain tolerance, not pain I don't feel anything.
Right. Not pain or no pain.
Cheers, Queen.
Cheers to you.
And to you. This is my 10th hit of the day already.
Slay.
I filmed a video. I was filming a video right before this.
Yeah.
Wake and bake. And then I got the text message from Dev and I was like, oh, fuck.
Let's wrap this up.
Yeah, so, and I had like 3 more bong rips to take when she texted.
Oh my God. How many bong rips did you take total?
Well, I haven't been smoking flower recently. Remember how I told you that? I've been
Yeah.
doing, like a lot of like, because I got my baller jar right here.
Fuck.
Rosin, baby.
What did you say? In that you captioned it, money can buy happiness, I think.
Money can buy happiness.
Yeah.
And it looks like this. This is what happiness looks like when it's in a jar.
What is it again? What strain?
Wedding Crasher.
Wedding Crasher. Slay. Yeah. So you now haven't been smoking
So I told you I haven't been smoking flower as much
Yeah.
because of stoner math. I was like, oh, it's better for me if I don't. So I have like all of these strains laying around. I had 8 different strains.
Okay. I see where you're going with it.
So I was like, oh, I have to take a hit for each one. And then to get started, because bong rips really hurt my lungs in the morning, I took a dab.
So you warmed your lungs up with a dab.
With a dab.
That's so brave and badass.
I just feel like it doesn't hurt as much. And it was a Puffco dab. It wasn't like
a globber,
like a slurper, you know? Just like, and I only took like 2 rips, and then I turned it off, and I was like, okay, I'm good. Good little warm up.
I want to hear more about your wake and bake. So wait, so you hit every single one of those strains?
Yeah,
dude. God damn. That's honestly, but that's so McDizzle, like.
It's very that
light work.
I wasn't taking like massive rips either.
Right.
Like literally like Joya sized.
Okay, period. I think I could do 8 Joya sized bong rips, not gonna lie.
You know?
Yeah.
Like tiny little
babies. Yeah.
You know?
I was just talking to somebody a few days ago. I was talking to somebody who was like, remember when the dispensaries used to give you a free dab before you left? And I was like, oh my God, that person, whoever it was like not from California, and they had went to California.
Literally so hilarious. Just sorry.
That's
but,
okay.
Like, here's a dab, go drive back.
Yeah. I was like, it's like equivalent to like
a shot on your way out
of a liquor store.
A fucking liquor store.
Yeah. Like crazy. And I was telling, because I saw this video. Yeah, so this person had like gone to a dispensary where they had that, and then they went back to California later on and were like, oh, they didn't ask
free dabs?
Right. They didn't ask the person, but they were saying like that was their thought process. Like, oh, I thought I was gonna get a free dab after. But I just watched this video of a guy it's like an old trap shop. It looks exactly how all of them looked in the fucking old office buildings with the fucking drop ceiling and the fucking ugly shitty carpet from the 80s and the glass casings where all the products were. And this guy fucking takes a huge dab, which the words huge dab are like ding, 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 because oh my God, they used to fucking murder you. This guy takes a big fat dab and he takes a few steps back and he fucking falls. He faints and he goes into the glass casing and he shatters everything. And so I was also talking about the guy that we saw faint.
Oh my God, yeah.
And I will
head concrete.
Yes.
Full connection.
The way that I say I can't remember shit. Yeah. I say I can't remember things. And then I'm like, that moment I will never forget. the sound of his head hitting the fucking pavement. Oh my God. Horrible. But yeah, then we were talking about, I was like, dude, they would scoop like a fucking ice cream scoop
And
of
it was
fucking
all
wax.
disgusting,
Disgusting.
terrible
Dark.
wax.
Disgusting. Horrible.
Awful. They wouldn't sell it to their customers.
Right. It was literally just for free dabs.
Just for free
Oh
dabs.
my God. Yeah. And then the e-nail is turned up to 800 degrees. Like,
yo, I used to give out free dabs at like little like
events,
booth
yeah.
events. And I used to keep the nail at like $7.50 minimum. I was like, $7.50 is good.
I saw recently.
I'm so sorry to anybody who crossed paths with me.
I know. I saw somebody the other day. Oh my God. I wish I could remember exactly what it was. It was Eric Kahn on Twitter. And he like posted a screenshot between him and somebody, like a fan, who hit him up and was asking him questions. And they asked him like, what should I have my device at? And he was like, I typically keep mine around like 650, 700. Which like doesn't sound as bad as some of the like super hot ones, but that's still like
That's hot.
high.
But I kind of do the same thing though.
Still?
Yeah, I like a big rib, like between like 550 and 650.
Okay. Well, yeah. Okay. I mean, I'm like I need it to be in the 4s.
Yeah, I know.
Or the
You're
5s.
baby.
I don't like a huge. I mean, I think that you needing to see a big rip is like you're in your brain.
Yeah.
Like your brain is like it needs to be a big giant fatty. Like it needs to be a huge cloud.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't have that. And I'm like,
yeah,
I don't care how I do love, the satisfaction of seeing a big rip. I will say when I take bong rips, I actually do have that.
I need, like, if it's just a little wispy, I know I'm not high.
Yes. And I feel
there's no way.
Yeah. I also, this is like, so yeah, I definitely still have some of that. Like, I need to get fucked up because I know like if I hurt myself physically, this is so bad, but I know that if I hurt, my chest hurts and my throat hurts after, there's a difference in how high I get. Like I know if I pack a fucking fat rip, I could smoke a fat rip of any weed that I have in my house right now. And as long as it was painful for a couple minutes after, I would get So I do share that when I'm taking bong rips. With a dab, I'm like, please, I need it to be like the fucking teeniest, tiniest little freaking baby thing ever.
Tiny baby clouds.
Yeah.
LOL. I feel like we haven't been on this podcast in a while. Shout out everybody who's still here. Hey, hi, love you.
Seriously, love you so much.
It's been a couple of weeks. I think we've been going through some stuff behind the scenes.
We sure have.
Said this earlier, but it's fine. But there's been a lot of stuff happening. Everything's fine. Everything's good. Well, everything wasn't fine, but it's fine now.
Yeah.
And it wasn't. I'm not going to bore you with the details.
But yeah.
But we're fine and have always been fine.
Yes.
And we'll continue to be that bitch. We'll forever be that bitch.
Forever be that bitch. Yeah. But yeah, sorry little for the little like hiatus. Mini hiatus. Yeah. Sorry.
Little tiny mini baby one. But what's new? Has anything happened? Oh, I rescued 3 dogs.
Give us everything. Tell us everything. I know everyone listening to the podcast probably watches Mdle Stories, but I would like to hear everything and how they're doing up until today.
Yes. So my nail tech lives next to this woman.
It's like one of those, like, it's like a shared yard, driveway. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I was going to my nail tech, and I have been going to my nail tech for like 5 years, but like in the last year, I've noticed these dogs in cages on the side of the house. And I never took that much notice to it until it started getting like cold this year. I started asking questions about it, because when I first started seeing them, it just looked like a dog that was in a cage. And I was like, oh, they're just in crates during the day, I guess. Like, I don't know what their story is. And I didn't ask or really think about it. But as it got the year went on, I could see that he wasn't being. I could only see one dog. I couldn't see the other dogs in the crate. I could only see the one, but I could see that he was not being groomed. His hair was growing everywhere. He started to look neglected. Like when you neglected a dog for long enough, the signs will start to be very obvious to the people around you. So I started to notice those signs in like October, maybe a little bit before that. But in October is when I initially reached out to my nail tech and I was like, "Hey," and I was like, do you think she would sell me those dogs? Like, what do you think the story is?" Because I was like really nervous to go walk and like knock on the door.
Yeah, understandably.
You know, I hate fucking confrontation, so I was just like,
Yeah.
"Ugh."
Plus, like, when
Um,
you're going to tell someone who you don't know that they're doing something wrong, essentially, even if you don't
yeah,
say
well,
that, it's just
yeah, exactly. I knew that the implication was that
right.
you were doing something wrong. You know,
Yeah.
so I had. It turns out that my nail tech's mom was friends with the lady who owned the dogs.
So you had a
And so
direct communication line.
yes, exactly.
Well,
So I had a direct
indirect, I
means of
guess.
communication. So she offered to reach out to the woman and ask about the dogs for me, and we got in contact. So I ended up having a conversation with this woman on the phone, and she didn't want to release them to me for free. She said she would sell them to me for $100 each, but she was also like super attached to them and was gonna miss them and maybe wanted to keep one of them. And I was like, oh, okay. And then she was like, I want to clean them up really good before you pick them up. And I was like, oh, that's okay. Like I work with groomers, I work with all that, so it's like I can do that. Like I just would love to get them.
Yeah.
And she was like, no, I'm gonna clean them up real good and blah 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 blah, which is like
You've
hilarious
had
because
plenty of opportunities to do that.
you've had a year to do that, Queen. I wouldn't be here if it didn't look like he was being neglected. That's, I don't like minding. I like minding my own business.
Right.
That's one of my favorite things to
Slay.
mind is my own business.
Yes.
It just got to the point where it was like keeping me up at night thinking about the state that he was in.
Yeah.
It was bad. So that's where we're at, Queen.
Right.
Anyways, sure, clean him up for me. Would love that. Would love to see it. Would love to see it. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So she was like, I'm gonna think about it and then I'm gonna clean him up and then blah 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 blah. And she just like dragged her feet for like a full month. But I went back to my nail tech's house and I actually ended up running into the woman in her driveway. Like I saw her like getting into her car, getting out of her car as I was like walking up. So I introduced myself to her and I was like, hey, I'm Mac. Like, we had spoke on the phone and I'm definitely still interested in the dogs. Like, can we, get that moving? Just let me know.
Yeah.
And she was like, yeah. I'm still good. I just haven't had a chance to clean them up yet. A full month later. Haven't had a chance to clean them up yet. And I was like, okay. And I like didn't want to like continue the confrontation there or anything. So it's just like whatever. And I went and got my nails done. And then a couple days later, I just like kept thinking about it because it was getting really cold at night. And every night
Yeah.
when I walked outside, and I could like feel the cold air. I was like, oh my God, like I just know they're out there. They're in tiny little cages, so they can't even like run around to warm themselves up. They're just in tiny little fucking cages. And if it rains directly on them. Um, and so I kind of like took that as a moment to like push forward and like text her and be like, hey, like I'll offer you more money, I'll offer you 150 for each. Don't worry about cleaning them up again. Like I will take care of that. And she was like, fine, finally. And she let me come pick them up.
Is that the first
Um,
time that you saw the other two?
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I hadn't seen the other two. I just knew that they existed and I knew that they were in a cage together.
Mm-hmm.
So I was
Wow.
like, I want all of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I don't want any of them to be in that situation.
Right.
And the other two were not nearly as bad as Prince Harry. One of them was bad. He just didn't look as bad because of the type of fur that he had. He had like long fur that would like like it almost dreaded up into like these little locks.
Yeah.
But it had matted with everything all the way. They had to shave him all the way down.
I already know what that looks like because Frankie has been badly matted before and never had the like stringy sort of like never the clumps that came off of her like body, but she definitely got super mad when I just didn't take her for like ever. And what happened was I had given her a bath at home and not blow dried her. And that makes it so, it's like, it can freaking, like, you have to brush. And like, it wasn't the blow dry, it was the brush.
It
Like
was
I
a
gave her,
learning experience.
yeah. So I just know, I can only imagine a dog that has been outside all like just
And it's
and
poop
dirty.
and it's pee.
Yeah.
Just all over his body, just like in little clumps everywhere.
Yeah.
But Prince Harry, he had matted poo, like a sheet of it all on his belly, like just a solid sheet of matted poop on his belly.
Poor
He
guy.
could barely even see. I thought he was a mid-sized dog because of his all of the hair on his body, but when they shaved him down, he was this teeny little thing, like
Yeah.
15, 20 pounds
Oh
maybe.
my gosh.
And he's like 15 pounds. He's so small. And yeah, so I shaved them all down, and now they're at my house. They need baths again because they're in these little enclosures where they just run around being crazy little things all day. But
Yeah.
and I take them out. I have to take them on walks every day. It is so disruptive to my schedule
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm
to
sure.
carve out a full hour every day to walk these dogs. Like, my dogs exercise each other. They run each other around. They play in the yard. They have a dog door. They
Yeah.
do all this stuff. But the other dogs are not in crates. They have like little enclosures that I've
Yeah.
created, so they
Like a
have room to
playpen.
like run around. Yeah, it's like a playpen. So they
Yeah.
have room. They have a bed area and a food area and like a potty area if they need to. So it's like not the Ritz, but it's better than a cage.
Yeah,
with
right.
just your poop and pee on you.
Yeah.
So I've been like definitely trying to dedicate at least an hour a day to like let them go out and run around and get their energy out.
Totally.
But it's so disruptive.
Yeah, it just reminds me of like when I moved from an apartment to a house and like not having to deal with like leashing the dogs and taking them out to go potty. Oh my god, I didn't even notice that Indica was back there and she just they both lifted their head up and looked over towards you.
Aww.
And the dooba. But yeah, so I definitely like there's a huge difference between you don't even have to let your dogs out. They have the doggy door. So you like you don't have to do anything for them to be able to go potty or for them to run around. Like
no, they just take care of it. And when they're feeling crazy, they have a big long hallway that they sprint up and down. They run outside. Like they run it out.
Yeah.
They destroy my couch. They
Yeah.
they do what they have to do. That's the trade-off that I endure.
Yes.
I don't walk them every day, so my couch is fucked.
Exactly.
But
yeah.
they're
So
fine.
yeah.
They're healthy. They're exercised.
Yes. Right. Yeah, definitely.
I mean, maybe not enough. Doobie definitely needs more exercise. I fall short.
How could you possibly keep up with Doobie? I mean, you have to put him in the fucking military for him to get as much.
I have to get one of those like runners.
Totally. Yes. Absolutely.
Like a treadmill.
Literally, like you need to build an obstacle course for him to do 10 times a day. And then he will be fulfilled. Maybe.
But
yeah.
maybe.
Like I can't. Yeah. Doobie is a freaking he needs a lot. I mean, his breed, like those freaking, yeah.
The Malinois, man.
Yeah. Like they're literally bred to be fucking like.
Just workers, and I don't have any work for him to do. I'm like, what?
His work is exercising the rest of them. That's his work.
Exactly. Getting everyone real nice and anxious.
Yeah, exercising their brains, right?
Yeah. He's actually doing better. He's like getting older, so things are like
growing up. Yeah.
Yeah, his pent up puppy anxiety is subsiding day by day.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. I know it's funny how when you can really see like because I feel like I saw Cash's like him growing up in like a 2-year period where like when we first got him, he was a fucking nut. He was crazy.
Psycho.
Yes. Which
remember Indica?
Yes. Oh my god, she was crazy, girl.
Yo, so here's the thing. So if you're listening to this podcast, you probably watched an old Two Girls One Bong video at some point in your life. And,
yeah, hopefully. I guess not hopefully. We welcome all new followers as well.
We welcome everyone.
Yes, we do.
Love you that if you're here. But in our earlier days of creating content, we would film at my apartment, and I had just adopted Indica, and she had lived in a yard her whole life and was like 1 year old. I adopted her from the shelter, and I didn't really know what I was getting myself into, and I didn't really know what she needed. And so every time anyone would come over, but specifically Joya would come over to film, we had a rule where like we wouldn't talk, we wouldn't like make eye contact with her.
Mm-hmm.
Joya would come, walk very calmly, and just sit. And the whole time Indica's going,
oh yeah, just
fucking
bouncing.
going
Yes,
nuts,
bouncing off the walls, like
just so nuts.
Yeah.
But if you engage with it at all, it gets 10 times worse somehow there's still range for it to get more sporadic. And when you think that she's doing the most, there's more to go.
yeah.
Yeah, so
funny.
And
Yeah.
it would happen during filming if Joya would get too excited,
Which she does on a regular basis.
She's like she herself is a golden retriever,
right,
so
especially that era Joya, for sure.
she was excited about everything. I love her. Protect her at all costs.
But yeah, that's what I remember for sure, being like in the, like filming, and then Indica getting excited about something, and then she runs past the e-nail cord and the e-nail's on the ground, like just freaking like
she would knock over cameras, knock over bongs,
the tripod,
jump up on the side, like everything. She would do everything.
She was crazy
when
girl.
we started filming,
for sure.
But now look at her.
Yep. Now she's grown woman.
Grown woman, angel, old.
Yep. Yeah. That's why I'm like, oh my God. I literally can't talk about it, can't think about it.
And she still plays though. So I still
Yeah.
get to watch her play with Doobie and Zaza. It's just not as much as they play. She'll like get in there. She's like, all right, you little fuckers.
Yeah. She's such a sweetie pie. Aww.
She's an angel. I love her. And then there's Cheech. He's going to live forever.
That's how I feel about Frankie. I'm like, oh girl, I know.
Frankie looked death in the face and said,
she's
please.
like, I'm not even halfway done yet. What the fuck?
She's like, literally, like, what do you mean? I'm gonna be so cute with my scar.
Literally.
I'm gonna be so cute. Like, get out of my face.
But it's kind of funny. She has like, she's filled out now. Like she's like, you know, has her grown woman body. And so she's like fucking
thicker.
Yeah.
A little sausage.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah.
She's so cute.
I'm so proud of you for saving those dogs. They literally like could have been fucking condemned to a horrible life, which I hope that the old one didn't have to endure that for like ever.
So here's the thing. They used to live inside. I have a hypothesis about what happened. So a lot of people were like, why didn't you call the cops? Why didn't you like call animal control? Services and blah, blah, blah. And like, first things first, it's a black family. I'm not trying to be a white woman calling the cops on a black family when it can be resolved other ways.
Yep.
You know?
Especially you being the animal lover that you are. And like,
you know,
why
like,
would you do that?
I'm not trying to punish these people. And because here's why. Because I do know them to have been taking care of those dogs at some point. Because those dogs did not live their whole lives in those cages.
Because you've been going to that house,
Vanessa, for 5 years. And those, I used to hear dogs barking from inside.
Okay.
So I know that those dogs have not always lived in those cages. 2 of them are older, Socks and Harry. They have potential house training. They don't like going to the bathroom in their enclosure. They will hold it and try to go outside of it.
Oh, okay.
Socks, the little one, lives his life free. He'll shit anywhere.
Okay.
However, so
lives his life.
Here's
free.
what I think happened. I think they had those 2 dogs for a while.
Yeah.
Harry is Socks' dad. So they bred Harry. I don't know where the mom went, but they bred Harry and they kept Socks as one of the litter. And probably for the first, I don't know, 8 months, 9 months, 10 months, it was chill because he was a puppy. But as soon as a puppy grows up, having siblings or
family
mother,
members,
son, like family members, especially same-sex family members, both of them with their balls.
Yep.
Chaos.
Yeah.
War.
Yes.
It's beef.
Sibling rivalry is like, I'm pretty sure that phrase came literally from animals.
It has to, like, I don't know, but yeah, because they fight. They don't get along. I keep them in separate enclosures. Prince, the older one, stays in an enclosure by himself, and then Spencer and Socks stay in an enclosure together because those 2 get along, because Spencer is a fucking angel. He's a fucking angel, okay? And he endures everything. Socks he harasses him and he just lets him. Spencer has to get the best home. They all have to get the best home, but
Right.
Spencer
He's
is so
like,
special.
he's the easiest.
He's the best behaved. He just wants to sit on, like, literally, if anyone out there is looking for a dog that'll just sit in a little bed next to you 24/7, Spencer. He'll just sit all he wants to do is be curled up in a bed and be warm. 2 very small requirements. And, like, he loves being cuddled. He'll jump into your lap.
It's like a
he's a sweet angel.
Frankie. Oh, I would love another Frankie.
He's so sweet.
So, okay, so you think that they had Socks and Harry. Go ahead.
Yeah, so you can ask your question, though.
You think that she had those two first?
She had Socks and Spencer.
Okay,
no,
Socks
she had
and Spencer.
Harry and Spencer.
Okay,
first.
Gotcha.
Socks is the young one. So I think she had Harry and Spencer, and they got along fine, and they did their thing. And then once Socks got of age and that war started happening, they didn't know what to do because they started to mark things. Because it's 2 boys in the house with their balls. They want to have dominance over each other. So they would start marking things, peeing on things, and fighting because each one wants to hump the other one, and the other one doesn't want to be humped. Right. They don't want to be dominated. So, and I've witnessed, and I noticed this within 24 hours of having them. They had a very limited amount of time to interact with each other because I was trying to figure out like what the dynamic was with everyone.
Right.
And within like a couple minutes, they started fighting. And even after I split them up and put them in their different cages, they could see each other through the cages and they were going ham. So I had to put a blanket up in between them so that they couldn't see each other for a couple days.
Jesus. Like fucking beta fish.
Yeah, it's bad. It's beef.
Oh my God.
But what's crazy is if you're walking them, they're so excited to just be on a walk that they let the beef go. They're like, it's fine. Everything's fine.
That's so funny. Yeah.
It's once you're in a space of like, this is where we're staying and I want to dominate you. Yeah. You know? So I think she didn't know what to do. And I don't think anyone in her family knew what to do.
Right. I just like dogs pissing all over the fucking house and then fighting.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That sounds like a really tough situation to deal with.
Why couldn't they just be out in the yard? Why did they have to be in cages?
They didn't have a yard. They didn't have like a fence or anything.
Oh,
she said she tried to have them in her yard, but they kept breaking out, and that's why she put them in the cages.
So they were in the cages in the driveway.
So there's no grass in their yard. It's all rocks.
Yeah.
So it was just their side yard where you could have had a fence. There was just the dogs there.
Gotcha.
Like in between that house and her house.
Okay.
And then there's the nail tech's house over here. So I know that they were cared for and taken care of up to a certain point.
Right.
You know? And that's why I was trying to be compassionate because I understand that sometimes things get out of control, mental health happens and blah, 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 blah.
I feel like also in general, leaving the authorities out of a situation that they don't need to be in is a good rule of thumb.
Great rule of thumb. And I would just like to encourage everyone listening to hear that.
Yeah.
Like, if you can solve something without escalating it to something that literally makes people of color unsafe,
literally,
like puts them in the line of danger, actively do that. You know, I know I had the money resources, which made it plausible.
Yes, exactly.
If I didn't have the money resources, I'm not sure what I would have done in that situation. Maybe I would have told her like, hey, this is neglect. Maybe I would have just had to have a much more difficult conversation with her. But I would rather have that difficult conversation with her and see how she responds. And then if she starts acting like, well, fuck you, I'm going to do whatever I want to these dogs, at that point, maybe
animal control,
figure something else out, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, the proper resources.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
I avoid that at all costs. I don't want to get anyone in trouble.
Yeah.
You know?
I will say I have called the cops. I called the cops on someone who was 100% wasted or on drugs while they were driving.
Good.
So I feel like
that before.
That's a good time to use the
If you can tell that somebody is drunk on the road, you could be saving a life by calling.
Exactly. That's why I was like, I could not live with myself if this person killed someone and I didn't say anything.
I've had that happen before. I was driving to Texas. It was the start of my drive to Texas.
Oh my God.
And I didn't make it very far the first night. Maybe it wasn't that, but it was one of my road trips during that time.
Gotcha.
And I was driving. I started my drive late at like 9 p.m. And
You're
I stopped in
crazy.
Vegas that night.
You're
But
nuts.
on my way to Vegas,
Yeah.
I saw somebody driving like first they were driving next to me, and I hate driving like there was an open freeway with no other cars. It was late at night, so I was just like, I hate driving right next to somebody.
Yeah.
Like in
There's
tandem
plenty
with
of
them.
space. Let's all take our
Yeah.
space. Yeah.
So I sped up to be like, I don't want to be right next to you, and they sped up, and so I slowed down.
Yeah.
And they just kind of kept going past me, and I saw them almost run into the side, like a sign on the side of the road, and they like swerved back on the road and like kept going, and they took off, like they were going fast. And so I was like, dang, like that's crazy. Anyways, minding my own business.
Yeah.
Like 5 minutes later, maybe like 2 minutes later, I just see them stopped in the middle of the freeway.
In a lane?
In a lane in the middle of the freeway, just stopped, dead stopped. And so at that point, I was like, I need to call 911. And this was maybe the very first time I've ever called 911. Because I discovered that when you call 911, they don't always answer.
Yeah, they don't. Especially in a place like Vegas. I imagine there's a whole lot going on over there.
I waited about 5 minutes to get connected with someone.
What the fuck?
I am not joking. Like a full 5 minutes. Like imagine you're getting stabbed.
Or you're hiding from somebody who's like,
what are we doing? Why aren't there more tax dollars going towards that? 911 operators.
That is the big fucking question of our entire fucking existence. Why aren't there more tax dollars going to that? To schools. To fucking
the existential question.
Yeah.
So
you finally got connected.
Yeah, I finally got connected, and they were like, I told them like everything I could tell them about the car, but 5 minutes had passed, and so like my memory of like what I had seen, I was like trying to describe it, but like like I was like, I think it was black, I think it was this. Like if I had answered right then and there, I could have been like, it's this,
and this is the license plate, like
like fresh off the dome. But I was like, anyways, the memory, it's a fickle thing. Yeah, so I called 911. I was like, they're stopped. They're stopped on the freeway.
That is the most dangerous fucking position you could possibly be in, besides driving the wrong way on the freeway.
Yeah, it's basically the same thing.
Yeah,
you might as well be driving the wrong way.
Oh my god! Wow, what a fucking idiot. Yeah, the person that I saw was like swerving there was like multiple times that they were like about to go off the road and then would swing back in. And I saw him, watched him pull into a 7-Eleven parking lot and get out. And I was like, oh my God, what, like imagine he's going in there to get more to drink, or I don't know. He could have been like on drugs or anything, but he looked fucked up getting out of the car. So we were like, yeah, people are, don't drive drunk. Somebody will call the cops on you and you deserve it. And you could kill someone.
You deserve it.
Worst case scenario. Yeah.
Sometimes when you walk home, people will call the cops on you if you're drunk.
Which is so stupid.
If you're in Irvine, that's when it happens.
Right. Yes, exactly. Stupid as fuck. So dumb. I'm so sorry for making the right decision.
Like literally, my friend offered to drive me and I was like, we're wasted.
Were you underage?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes more sense. But
like they said I was 16 on the phone. They said they saw a drunk 16-year-old and I was like 20.
Oh, right. Okay.
So all of my friends were 21. So here's the crippling part of my existence.
Yeah.
Everyone's coming of age, 18, 21. All of my friends were a full year older than me, some 2, because I skipped kindergarten when I moved to America. And so I just was literally a year younger than all of my classmates.
They don't do that anymore. You like literally can't. You can't be. It's September 1st, and if you're after September 1st, you're like,
yeah, they used to do like placement tests, and they're like, oh, she's smart enough.
Yeah,
put her in there.
Yeah, right. But I feel you. So, I was young for my. I was a few months before when your birthday was, but everybody else had their birthday during the school year. It felt like. And
a November cutoff is crazy because I was barely in the year required.
You started high school at 13.
Yeah,
there was a couple girls at my school that started at 13.
Yeah,
which is like Crazy to think about. Some people
Isn't
were
that
13 in
crazy? That was
7th grade.
13.
Yeah.
I was 13.
It's nuts.
So yeah. So every time, when I would get into trouble
Mm-hmm.
because I was younger than all of my friends. Like
Mm-hmm.
if we got caught going out and everyone was 18, I was the one that got in trouble because I was 17.
Right.
And so all of my friends were 21. They all had their IDs. My friend Nikisa was 21 and I would use her ID at the bars.
That's so funny.
Isn't that hilarious? Because we don't look anything
You do
alike
not
now, but
look-
when we were really, really young,
yeah.
people would be think we were literally, we would get confused. We worked at the same place and people got us confused.
How
People
funny.
would call me Nikki and people would call her Mac all the time.
Oh my God.
We would switch name tags and people didn't even know the difference.
That is hilarious.
Hilarious.
Because you guys totally I'm like, what?
Even if I was as skinny as her, we don't look like each other.
Yeah, right.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
But it was just,
That's funny.
yeah, it was one of those things.
Should we take one more rip together?
Yes.
Sweet.
I hope you liked my song. I worked really hard on it.
I did. I always love your songs. You make the best songs of literally anyone that I know.
Songbird of our generation.
You're incapable of making a bad song.
What up? You know it's Christmas, bitch.
Let me see what's on your
Christmas
Don't make me rap the
list.
whole thing right now. I literally dude, that is, if anybody listening right now has never heard the song Dank Ass Christmas. Actually, can you get it? Is it on Apple Music?
I bet I can find it on Tidal even.
What
Arend
up?
is
You know
about
it's
it.
Christmas, bitch. Let me see what's on
Let
your
me see
Okay,
what's
it
on your
is. It is.
Christmas list.
Arend Richard featuring Mdle 420.
That's me. It's my artist name.
Yeah, Dank. Look at this fucking artwork. I literally cannot.
It's hilarious.
It's
No, it's good.
super good.
Explicit.
It looks like somebody fucking worked really hard on this, dude.
It looks like a professional,
Yeah,
if you will.
Exactly. But yeah, if you've never heard the song Dank Ass Christmas, the remix, you're going to want to go and listen to that song at least. So Christmas is what?
5 days away.
5 days away. Yeah, what the fuck? But you're going to want to listen to that song at least once per day until Christmas, and then
at least once per day.
And then 10 times on Christmas. And then you can really get into the Christmas spirit. Best song ever.
We'll hope you get in the Christmas spirit.
Best song ever made. Ever.
Joya does all the ad libs in it. I have a full verse.
It's fucking hilarious.
It's very good.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Ooh. What up? You know it's Christmas, bitch. That's how we should have started this episode. I guess Christmas will be past, but
that's valid.
Anyway, okay, let's do a question. Mdle, this question's for you.
Period.
It's about that device that you've been using recently, which is really dope, by the way.
Oh, this little thing? This whole thing?
Yeah.
Well, I think it's probably one of two devices that I've been using.
It's not a Puffco. It's the other one.
Oh, I have two. Yeah, so the Puffco and the Glow. There's the Glow by Official Cake Brand, and I also use the Puffco. I should do a full review on the differences between the two because both have things that I like better about each one.
Yeah, you should.
You know?
This person asked, is that a cart on your piece or is that the atomizer for the device and you're smoking on wax concentrate?
So it's the Glow. So that was the Glow. The Glow, one of the really cool things about the Glow is they have an attachment that you can connect carts to. And I will not be hitting a cart any other way than that moving forward.
I could not imagine going back after hitting a filtered cart rip.
It goes through water?
Crazy.
I love putting smoke through water. It's my preferred method of consumption.
Always and forever. I will never be a fucking dry, hot smoke lover.
I respect the people who like pipes and joints and that stuff. Not for me.
I respect them too, I guess. But pipes, I'm sorry, I don't respect you. I'll say
First of all, Tippy loves a pipe and we love Sasha.
I do love Sasha. But also Sasha loves bongs too.
No, but she loves a hand pipe.
I think that's just nostalgia. Anybody who loves pipes, I feel like it's nostalgia.
Okay, maybe, but she loves a hand pipe, and that's her preferred method of smoking. I'm not.
All right, Sasha. Of course, I respect Sasha, but when I think about, I'm like, how could you possibly how would you possibly prefer a pipe to a bong? I can't
That
imagine.
is my least favorite method of
Yeah.
consumption is a pipe.
It makes
I
me
might even like not hit it.
Yeah.
If the situation is dire.
Yes,
sure,
obviously. Right.
Sure.
But
if there's any other option, I'll even take a volcano hit over pipes.
I love a volcano hit. You don't like a volcano hit that much?
Well, I'm just not gonna get that high.
Oh my God. If you fucking put some fire ass weed into the volcano and you turn that shit up, it will fucking wreck you. If you put some good, like, because you don't think it's that much, and then you fucking put it down and you will be like, oh my God. Maybe you might need, you might need 2 bags. But I think if you put some fucking really bomb weed, because you also have to, you have to turn it up a little bit so it like does more smoke. Oh my God. One day I'm going to get you fucking wrecked on a volcano.
Period.
I look forward to that day.
Wrecked on the volcano.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, cool. The answer to that question was it's literally both. You can do both on that thing.
Yeah.
Slay.
It has an atomizer for wax and it has a connector for the cart. That's one of the really cool things about it.
Dope. Well, thanks, guys, for listening. Thanks for that spiel, Dizzle. I've been wondering about that little device too.
Well, now you know.
Yeah.
The more you know.
And now I'm fucking stoned. So sweet.
Me too.
What a great day to spend the first day or great way to spend the first day of my period. I'm going to keep going after this.
Yes.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Did you watch Drag Race? Did you finish it?
No, because the ending got spoiled for me. So no, I didn't watch it. And I'm not going to because I'm fucking obviously I knew who was going to win. I feel like there's a pretty obvious answer, but I hate when the ending gets ruined.
Stay off of Twitter. I don't ever have the problems that you have.
I can't. I'm being addicted to Twitter. Oh my God. But I also on Instagram, it'll still happen if you follow the queens. And
I don't follow until after
Thomas.
the season.
Okay.
Silly Willy.
That's really smart to follow after the season.
And also, here's something you should do. Don't watch their stories of any queens during the time you don't want to know things.
Sometimes it just happens. Sometimes I'm just scrolling and it just pops up.
Well, you got to be more deliberate if you don't want the surprise ruined.
I can't just be mindlessly scrolling and taking in
not during finale season.
I remember you saying something about being off TikTok. Are you off TikTok?
Yeah,
like you're not consuming on TikTok anymore?
No.
Good for you.
I hate that. I'm way happier.
Good for you.
This face makes me sad and angry. Yeah. And also Bin Laden was trending on there. Like it's,
I feel like that's, yeah. Okay. Big, whoa. That's, yeah.
Whoa.
No, don't.
That people were like, he was a good dude. And I was like,
oh my God. Yes.
Whoa.
They said, oh my God. Yeah. They read some letter that was like 30 years old or something. Or 20 years old, whatever.
He wanted every single person to be a devout Muslim. So you put down that cigarette and you stop having sex with your wife. I'm just kidding. Your girlfriend.
Yeah.
No alcohol, no drinking.
And I think
already don't do.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Right.
But anyways, I don't care. Like shout out to Islam, love it for them.
Yeah.
Shout out to Christianity, love it for them. Shout out to Buddhism, love it for them.
Right.
Specifically, love it for them. Everyone, not everybody needs to follow the same those rules.
Yeah.
That were made up in a book 1,000,000 years ago by a man.
Right.
An untrustworthy source.
Right. Yeah.
Like literally, could you even cliff notes that source?
I don't think so.
You could never.
Yeah. So.
It's not legit. But yeah. Anyway, so I stay off of TikTok just because
it's toxic.
It is. And like the stuff that I consume is like, it makes me angry.
Yeah, I feel you.
Less fun on there now.
I never had the issue where I was on it for hours a day. I did. I know. I know you were on it like a lot. I feel like everybody like that. I mean, everybody who gets addicted to it should stop. I use it meticulously throughout I use it I watch every time I get on the treadmill, and I use
You
it
use it
on,
as a reward
yeah,
for
and a way to
activities.
pass time when I'm doing
Got
something
you.
that I need to be able to take my mind off of it.
Got you.
But yeah,
Slay.
I haven't been able to quit any of the social medias. We can get off now.
All right, guys, we
Okay.
love you. We'll see you next week.
Okay, love you so much. Thank you for listening.